As you can tell, this is going to be a serious video. No hat, jacked up hair. Hmm. Still crazy eyes though. The subject matter is feminism. All the isms in general. Just what we're going to start with feminism and go on our way back to the other ones. But it was a movie called 100 Girls, and this movie I caught early in the morning, not paying attention, just flipping through channels, and I saw it. It had a weird title. Go, huh? Let's watch that. Watch it, and I'm like, it's really, really good. You should go check it out. 100 Girls. But I get to the end point, the end of the movie. And this line was the most important part of the movie. Basically, he describes his view on people. See, I'm a humanist. I believe that we should not focus on individual self-realized issues and focus on the generalization of what we are, humans. Not being black, white, Asian, Jewish, gay, straight, bisexual, feminist, chauvinist, blah 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 blah. There's too many ists and isms in the world, and he made this point clear. In the end, he was in his female studies class with a, of course, female teacher who doesn't shave her arms. Crazy, psychotic feminist, super feminist, who basically hates all things with penises, basically. And his point at the end of this movie was that the problem in the world isn't men, it's not women, it's those people in between, the people who keep buffering between us, trying to make the cosmic soup that we are all in chunky. And I mean people like feminists, chauvinists, communists and racists and blah 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 blah, all the ists in the world. And let's start with feminists. We'll go way back, but see, his point was that feminists, and I actually heard this point. I heard a quote from another person on YouTube named the Amazing Atheist. I'm not atheist, but we'll get to that later. His point was that feminism is the ideal that we can fix and equalize the problems of two people, of two sexes, men and women, by basically focusing on the issues of just women. And any feminist will debate me against this, of course. That's kind of the nature of feminists, debate me because I have a phallus. But the point is that he's right. The guy in the movie said that feminists are so busy hating men that they forget to try and understand us, and they only give us a reason to really trust women and see women less because they only perpetuate the more masculine side. Basically, they're saying that any gender role is wrong, and by feeling feminine, that you're wrong, and the only way to feel equal to men is to be masculine, which is what men naturally are. I think that's stupid because I don't want a man-woman. I don't want a woman who's as tough and strong and masculine as me. I want a woman who's soft, gentle, smart, sophisticated, and clear, who's able to nurture and feel something. Because I'm a monstrous, blockheaded demon person who feels nothing. I need someone who can balance that. And I'm not going to find that with my brothers and homeboys. I'm not going to get that. And even then, he keeps going on the fact that not only are feminists way off topic, also socialists are off topic, communists are off topic, racists are, because they're so busy finding a reason to hate someone that they forget the one fundamental thing about being human. That when you rip the skin off, turn off the lights, we're all the same. If we all stop and take these little titles off and focus on the one ism, the one title that matters, the only one that matters when it comes to living on Earth and trying to be one people, and that word is humanism, where we take off the mask, we take off the badges and the titles and all of the things that make us feel superior to someone else, and understand that we are humans. And when he said that, I was like, because it made sense, and it's something I've been trying to figure out and think about for weeks, because I have friends who are feminists. I won't point their names out, but some of them I'm really close to, some I'm not really close to, but they're feminist. And I'm like, as a guy, I don't see the point of feminism because it's so self-oriented, and I'm not a self-oriented guy. I'm trying to be a part of everyone, in a matter of speaking. So being a feminist I can't understand men who want to be feminists because feminism is a silly idea. I admit. I'm saying it right now. Feminism is silly. Anyone who debates that or wants to say something against that, make a video and say it back to me or message me on Facebook or whatever. Because if you want to debate about it, I'm cool with that. I like debating. I like arguing. It's kind of the thing I'm good at. But I think if we stop focusing on our self issues and stuff, and we can eventually solve the problems of the opposite sex, if I mean of our own sexual orientations or sexual natures or whatever, by simply realizing that they don't matter. They don't. Because if you really think about it, and I realized this as a young man who, with father and mother, that there are there are three types of men, in my opinion, and three types of women. This is just the basic, dumbed down version of what I think. The three types of men there are the lily-livered pussies, the chauvinist douchebags, and the guy who got it. And with women, there are the nurturing, man lovers, the hardened all men are evil chicks, and the women who get it. And the people who get it are the ones who got the balance of what masculinity and femininity are. So they don't matter. They're good. They're the people that are going to keep the world running properly. But when it comes to with these four people, we'll start with the over masculine douchebag. See, he's been taught that women are beneath him, that he's to conquer and just be dominant over all women. And he's been taught this because of the fact that everything he wanted from women, he's always got. Typically, these guys are pretty handsome. They've gotten everything they wanted from women. So what do you expect them to think when a woman comes to them and says no? It's like an unnatural concept to them if they meet a woman who says no when every woman in their past has says yes. So, they're kind of lost in the loop until someone gives them a good hit in the head to make them understand. Then you have the lily-livered pussies. These are the guys who've been nurtured by mommy to never understand their masculinity. So when it comes to being a man, when they meet a woman who wants a man, they don't know how to be one. They've been taught to be soft and gentle and kind. So the idea of toughening up and being strong is a mute point to them because it's not something they understand. But the two women types that are left, there's the man hater and the over nurturer. The over nurturer is the woman who creates the lily-livered pussy and the hardened douchebag because she over nurtured them and she gave them all they want, and she didn't teach them. One of them, she didn't teach masculinity. So with the one who didn't teach masculinity, she doesn't. And even then, in her life, she's not taught. She doesn't have. She typically may not have a good male role model to understand what a real man is supposed to be like. So when she meets any man, she'll just succumb to him. She'll be submissive because that's all she understands is submission to that man. And that's wrong. It sucks. It just creates more of an issue because now she's submissive, she creates more douchebags in the future, and it becomes a perpetuating circle. And with the hardened female who hates all men, and I met lesbians like this who just hate men for no honest reason because they've met one or two douchebags, when there are plenty of guys like me who are nice, sweet, handsome, and kind who actually care, but she seems to keep falling for that a-hole. And so eventually she gets to the point where she just can't stand men, and she just generalizes all of us as one big mass of stupid. If we all sat down and realized that men are not smart, we can build stuff, we can design everything, but as a man, we all have a bubble, a force field of non-sharing. We don't emotionally share. We just don't. It's not what we do. And it takes a long time before we let any woman crack that shield. And with women, they want to share. See, men are not smart. We can build stuff, we can break it, we can design, we can do all kinds of things. We can create wonders of the world. But when it comes to understanding a crying woman, we are shooting in the dark. And with women are smart. They're brilliant, they're beautiful, and everything about them screams truth. But women are batshit crazy. I admit it. I've lived with a bunch of them in my lifetime. Women are crazy, but smart. And there's nothing wrong with that. Once we take the male stupidity and the female psycho and put them together and realize that together we make a beautiful two-headed monster, the world would be so much better. Am I right or am I wrong? Probably right, but just think about that. That if we just come together, take away the feminism, take away the the masculine idiocy, and just come together as humanists and as people, without titles, without you know, titles and all that shit, we would be so much better. But who knows? I'm just one dude. What do you think?